Hello everybody, this is Black Coffee with Ice, and we got a special guest today. Tell everybody your name.
Hi guys, my name is Maddie. I am a makeup artist in Winnipeg, and I'm super excited to be on the show today.
Oh, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I know that you had a big journey to get here, and I just really appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
So briefly tell me about what you do and how you got into it.
Okay, so honestly, a lot of people are surprised by my journey because in high school, I never wore makeup. I still am a super big tomboy, and I had really, really bad acne in high school, so I didn't start wearing makeup or even trying to wear makeup until after I graduated. So I've always been super artistic, and I went to Walmart one day and bought a whole bunch of face painting on clearance at Walmart, and I started practicing on my family and my friends. I started doing some special effects on my dad and stuff, and then I just started watching a lot of YouTube videos and kind of taught myself how to do makeup, and here we are. I started an account about 4 years ago. I've quit like 3 times because I always thought it was never good enough, and then finally I'm starting to get recognized a little bit more in the city, so I kind of do a little bit more creative and bold stuff, not really your everyday makeup. Yeah. Kind of like illusion art and face painting and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I'll definitely link I'll link your Instagram account so people can just see the art that you perform. It's insane. Like when I looked at the Grinch one, it's just insane how you do it, honestly.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different makeup than most people are used to looking at, but
it's art. Everybody I show it to is just like, wow, this is art. This is not even face paint.
Thank you.
It's pretty amazing. But so I guess the real reason why you're here today is because most people who follow you don't really get to know the real you. So kind of explain the person people don't get to see behind the Instagram.
Yeah, so it's very hard to really showcase like who I am and my personality when all I'm posting is makeup photos and pictures of my face and the art that I do. And as much as I love to create, it's really always been my goal for people to like know who I am and my personality. I've always been super real and not really give a shit what people think of me. Like I've always been kind of different, and I like that about myself. So I've always kind of wanted to like showcase my personality, but it's really hard to do through photos. And a lot of people think that I'm just kind of some girly girl who likes makeup and is always done up, always has perfect makeup and hair, and like that couldn't be farther from the truth. I am like, again, such a tomboy and like just so chill and down to earth. So I just really want to like showcase that side of me, and I really want people to see like actually who I am and my passion and my mission behind the makeup.
Just a real old-fashioned country gal.
Yeah, country gal. Yeah, honestly, so many people, like, when they meet me, they're like, wow, I did not expect you to be like that. You're, like, so much more chill than I thought you'd be, and, like, so different from what I expected. And as much as I'm like, yeah, I'm, don't judge a book by the cover, but again, it's really hard to showcase that. So I'm glad when people meet me that they think that I'm a little bit different and, not what they expected.
Oh, yeah. It's just the total like influence that social media has now. I remember when we were growing up, it was kind of just like, oh, yeah, that person has followers and stuff. But like now that you do have such a large following, it's like there's an aura around you. Yeah. It's like, who is this person? Is this person, different than us? But you really just...
And I totally feel that too with people, like with influencers. Like I'm like, when I meet them or I see them, I'm like, oh my god, it's that person, oh my god, it's that person. But really, like, being in the situation, I am just so not like, I don't know, I wouldn't consider myself like an influencer or anything like that. I just like to share my passion and like to share like what I love to do. So I don't really consider myself like an influencer in that sense. I just really want people to see my work and all the hard work that I put into it behind the scenes, just to like for it to actually show.
It looks like it takes a long time, like on average. How like and also I want to know, so like on average, how long does it take? And also, do you use basic makeup, or do you use mixture of face paint and basic makeup, or is it just like all like whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a good question.
Sorry,
honestly, so many people ask me how long the looks take. They all take different amounts of time, anywhere from like an hour to 4 to 5 hours for some of the more intricate ones. So it definitely takes a lot of time. And what people don't see is, for bloggers and stuff, it's a lot easier to create content. For me, it is hours to create one post, and it's like tagging every brand. It's doing the makeup look, taking the photos, going through all the photos, editing, the captions, like everything. It takes so long just to create one post. So I'm trying to post a lot more now. I'm trying to post like every day, but it's definitely hard to come up with a lot of content.
It's hard because especially for Instagram, it's such a fast-paced social media modality that you have to just upload all the time.
You gotta keep up.
It's like people are waiting for you. It's crazy. And you know, I can't even imagine what you feel, because what I feel, even though I only have like 500 followers, it's like, damn, they're pressuring me to upload.
Pressure. There's 100%. There's a lot of pressure, and not that people are trying to do that, but I feel the pressure. Just I need to constantly be serving my audience, and sometimes it's a little bit draining and overwhelming. And I know they're not asking me post every day, but I just feel that with myself. I'm like, I need to serve them. They're following me for a reason. They want to see my content. I need to come up with as much content, as much good content as I possibly can. So I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself to create a lot. And as much as I enjoy doing it, sometimes you kind of lose the passion for it, and it's more work. It becomes more work, and that's when it becomes more fun. I just have to sit back and kind of take a step back and be like, why am I doing this? I enjoy doing this, and I need to take just kind of need to step back and like take a look at it and be like, this is what I love to do, and not that I'm forced to do it, you know?
And that's totally, you know, what I'm getting right now, just being the startup of the podcast. It's like, is this really worth all the work, you know? And I could see like why people quit, and but the main thing is being resilient and being hardworking, and that's what you displayed to get where you are, and it's amazing to see. So I just wanted to say, there's an obvious influential relationship between social media following and your job. So just explain to me and other people watching just about your rise in social media. I know that you were kind of explaining how you had to quit and you came back, but just give me the process from making the account 0 followers to now you have 20K or almost 20K.
Almost, yeah. Honestly, yeah. So I started it about 4 years ago. And that's what people don't see, is they just think, oh, it happened overnight. No, I started this account like almost 5 years ago now. And I look back on my photos and I'm like, wow, those sucked. But I thought I was half decent at makeup. So I was posting and posting and posting. And I was like staying up till 5 a.m. doing looks, and I was doing looks every single day, trying to create as much content as I could. And in my mind, it wasn't paying off how I wanted it to. And I was seeing other people get faster results and get better results faster. And it really like got to me. So I quit makeup for twice, for 6 months to 8 months.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, it's not worth it. I'm putting so much time. I'm putting so much effort. Both times, like, I quit my job and I was just like, I need to do this full time because this is what I want. And I've always been someone that's really passionate. So if I put my mind to something, I will do it. And so there was 2 points where I actually quit completely, and I was like, I'm putting all this time for what? There's other people getting way more advanced than I am, and I'm just not getting noticed how I want to be. So after I quit, I started working just like a serving job, and then I realized I was like, you know what? I can't give up on my dream. Fuck that. Totally fuck that. And and I started doing it again. And finally I started kind of seeing the more of the results. And now I feel like hard work is actually paying off. And it's like an amazing feeling to see, because honestly, if you think of every single post, I've posted like 700-800 photos. Each one is 7 hours of work. Like, that's a lot of my life spent doing this. So I'm just really excited that people enjoy the work that I do and the hard work that I put in, and it's really starting to show off now. So I'm pumped about it.
The fruits of your labor. Didn't you quit school for this?
I was actually I was never in school. I knew kind of school was not for me. I was never, I kind of like slacked in school.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be that person that went to school for no reason, just to go to school. And nobody in my family ever went to school. So I never had the pressure from my parents to do it. My dad was a professional hockey player and a whole bunch of stuff. So no one in my family went to school, and I never got the pressure to go. So I always was just, I'm not going to go to school. I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to waste the money. I always knew I had a passion for art. So that's kind of where it took me after high school, which I'm really glad for, because I would not do good in school.
See, look, that's good. Like, follow your dreams. I just remember the narrative being in high school. It's like, you know, don't go for art. Like, there's no way you can make money, you know. But it's like now it's becoming a career. Like, when did you realize, okay, this could be a career for me?
I realized just because the people that I watched and the people that influenced me, I seen the life that they have from this world, the beauty world, and I seen that it's possible. And they all started out where I am. They all started out, you know, just being a freelance makeup artist, doing so many free makeovers and whatever else. And now they're these huge YouTubers and these beauty gurus, and they kind of influenced me. So that's when I decided, I was like, you know what? I want to influence girls the same way that they influenced me. And that has been kind of my goal from the beginning, is just to influence the way that I was influenced.
Oh, that's amazing to hear. I feel like we're similar in a lot of things, because I'm
not going to be a doctor, though.
Yeah, I know. But, oh, shit, whatever that. Okay, but, basically, oh, shit, some of the things wrong with the hearing now, but whatever. Okay, anyways, the thing is, like, when I had after my first, like, year of university, I was in a really, like, negative place.
Oh, yeah.
And I had, like, a 1.9 GPA, and, like, I everything seemed like it was going against me, and there was really no way out of it. But it's kind of like when you were quitting with your account, it's like the main thing is just to stay resilient and persistent and to follow your dreams. Because when I was that guy with the 1.9, you know, that's why I started this podcast too, because it just made me realize that nothing is out of reach. If you have like a dream and you have subsequently smaller goals to reach that dream and just break it down and, you know, stay consistent and stay persistent and resilient through everything, then you can achieve it. Like I was literally, you know, when I had that 1.9, I was going back and there was all these people that didn't have to work with like 4.5s and it's like, I didn't even know anything from first year and everything's a build off of that. And it was just like, it was terrible, but I grinded hard. You know, there's nights where you're not going to go out or get lots of sleep or hang out with your friends, but hopefully your real friends will understand that you're chasing your dream. And that's why I'm just so inspired by you, because you put in the work and you remain resilient, and now look at you. Like, it's pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with comparing yourself to others too. And this took me so long to understand. Honestly, it wasn't until about a year ago, honestly, my mindset completely shifted, and I just spent so much time comparing myself to other artists, to other entrepreneurs, to other women in general, and it was just, it's such a negative mindset, and it does nothing for you. It does nothing for anybody. And everything that went through my head when I quit was just, I'm never going to get to where they are. I'm never going to be good enough to do that. And as soon as I just kind of kicked myself in the ass and said, you need to stop, and you are capable of doing it. You're capable of anything you put your mind to. I've always been someone, like, from the beginning, I've always been someone with like crazy big dreams that it's like, I almost can't even explain them to people, because they would literally think I'm nuts because my dreams are like crazy. Same. And that was always like a negative thing for me, because I'm like, you know what, I gotta kind of keep that hidden, because people will think I'm nuts if I tell them my dreams, and if I don't reach them, then I'm a failure. And now I'm just like embracing that, and like, I have crazy dreams, and I'm going to reach every single one of them, and I'm going to tell everyone who told me that I couldn't do it, just fuck off, bye. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to like see, like, I know that I can do it, so I don't need anyone's confirmation for that.
No, but yeah, it is tough to not compare yourself to other people or not care about what other people think. You know, I was going to talk about this in a bit, but just a little bit about the negatives of social media. You know, I had one negative comment on one podcast, and this older lady from like Steinbach or something, or Stonewall, one of those places, just ripped me. Like, just a paragraph. She's just like, it was a video by myself because a few people were canceling, right? And I was just talking. And,
crappy woman.
Yeah, she's just like, this guy is just garbage. He cannot speak. He should go to some speaking classes. Like, she just wrote, like, it was just like a,
Could you imagine
grandma.
that was your mom?
Yeah,
or
it was
grandma?
like, it was like my grandma, could be my grandma's friend. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like all sad. And then I'm just realizing, wow, imagine what all these famous people go through.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I couldn't imagine what other people go through, but I've had my fair share. I don't have too much negativity on my account, honestly. Like, I feel like I genuinely have loyal supporters, like the best supporters. Of course, you're going to get some negativity, and it definitely got to me at first. I've never really been someone that cares what people think of me. Like, I've always been the weird one. I've always made people laugh. I've always been the class clown. So I've never really cared what people think of me. Like, oh my God, I do the stupidest shit. When I look back in high school, there was I just gotta tell you this story. There was we kind of have like a talent show.
Yeah, totally.
And this is like grade 11. I went up there by myself in a 5-year-old's Barney costume and danced to The Land Before Time by myself on stage. Like, I literally am just stupid. Like, I just really don't care what people think. But yeah, of course it gets to you a little bit. I actually had this really crappy thing happen. The first real big like blow up on social media a couple of months ago. Honestly, I'm not gonna say any names, but the people that follow me will definitely know what I'm talking about. I posted this look. It took me a long time. I was super proud of this look. I posted it, and then maybe 5 minutes later, I got somebody thought that I was copying them. I posted this 3 days ago. There's no way you came up with this idea. You're not creative enough, blah, blah, blah. She got her 80,000 followers to come at me, and literally every time I'd refresh, there was like 30 new comments. I was like, oh my God, this is going viral. Like, I was like, oh my God, I did not read any of them. I did not read one comment. I knew it would be terrible for my mental health.
Oh my gosh.
But my followers, so this girl had 80,000 and I had 12 at the time. My 12,000 literally defended me, like 100% defended me for about 3 days while this girl and her followers just attacked me. She literally put all of my stuff on her stories, just bashing me. She has a whole bunch of brands following her and stuff. So this was like devastating for me. I'm like, no brands are ever going to want to work with me. They think all this stuff of me. They think I stole her look. And I can 100% give credit where credit is due, but I did not get inspired by this girl. So it was just such a terrible thing. But I woke up the next day and this had like thousands of comments on it. And she actually ended up apologizing. But the support that I got was like absolutely insane. And I had probably 150 messages from my followers just saying, I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. She was shitty, blah, blah, blah. And that was just my first taste of like the negative of social media. And I was like, wow. It almost made me like, I just sat down and I was like, do I want this? Like, do I want this for my life? Because this is me at 12,000. I don't even want to know what it's like for the people that have millions of followers. Like, that is scary.
That is scary. See, and this is a outlook we do not get to see. Like, the regular people with like 1,000 followers don't get to see. Yeah. And it just shows that how powerful social media is.
It's honestly insane.
That's
like,
scary.
That situation, I bawled. Like, I don't care what people think, but I bawled my eyes out that night and I was like, wow, I'm rethinking my entire life right now. I'm rethinking, is this what I want? Do I really want to make it big? Is that my goal, is to make it big and to open myself up to the world and open myself up to all the negativity in the social media world?
Gosh.
And after about a couple days, and of course I had like amazing support, which really, really helped. After a couple days, I just sat down. I'm like, am I really going to let this one person's opinion of me that's false deter my dreams? No. It literally just lit a fire in my ass and I just went way harder right after that. So thank you for that. Because that was like an insane week. I was literally just like so depressed after that. And I was like, holy shit, this is like real. Like, this stuff happens.
That's just how much influence people have if they have like loyal followers.
And people, like her loyal followers attacked me on her behalf. Like, and mine supported me, but it's just crazy that like you could get your followers to attack someone like that. So her 80,000 people were all coming after me because of one post that she thought I copied her on.
And she didn't even clarify that with you. And it's
no,
just
like she messaged me and was just bashing me and whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let one person's opinion of me like break me, you know? But of course it gets to you. Like it's not like you can just brush everything off. That'd be a lie.
And see, that's just bullying. It's just like, you know,
Oh
there's just a different way to do it now. It's just
Yeah,
that's crazy. Damn. So I wanted to ask you this question. Do you think that is that off?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm scared what you're gonna ask me.
Yes, I have a question. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. But basically, do you think that one of these meme accounts or some type of like famous account that like reposts a bunch of people's like videos and stuff, do you think you're on one of them and it might just have like 1 million views and they don't like, have you ever thought about that? Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. Like I'm sure that there are a lot. Like, I don't know about me personally, but I'm sure there's a lot of things that they don't tag on there.
No.
I hope I'm not like a crappy meme, but
no, not a meme, but like just like one of those accounts. Like,
just
look
like
at this girl's makeup.
Bashing
thing. Or just like supportive, but like just without tagging you. I mean, sorry, that was a bad question.
Yeah, no, there's definitely I see like people. I see sometimes like my pictures that I'm not tagged in. It's never from like big accounts though, because usually when it's a big account, people will comment like, give the credit. People are like insane about credit. It's so stupid.
Okay.
Like, I don't really care. Like if you want to repost my photo, whatever. Like yeah, it'd be nice if you tagged me, but it's not like the end of the world where people go like insane about credit and like getting inspired by people like makeup artists. The beauty world is literally insane.
Yeah,
insane.
I don't even know the beauty world. Like you,
you don't want to. No, it's not always horrible, but man, I try to stay out of it a lot of the time. Like I try to just kind of sit back and not get involved. But there is a lot of shit that goes on.
A lot of drama.
Oh my god, so much drama.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
There's like the YouTube accounts that are like a beauty guru drama, like get millions and millions and millions of followers. Like it is insane, the beauty drama.
Oh wow. And imagine that on a scale of like 1 million.
Yeah.
Get the million to attack this girl 1 million. Like
I couldn't imagine. It happens though.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, that's something that you don't really see at all.
No, you don't really think about it. Like everyone kind of wants, you know, everyone nowadays wants to be big on social media. And of course, like that's my goal too. I want as many people to see my stuff as possible. But I feel like it's not as much as growing my account. Like followers really don't mean everything. I would rather have 10,000 loyal support than 100,000 people that don't give a shit about what I do or me. Yeah. Like I genuinely think I have like one of the best fan bases ever. Like my followers are so supportive. And then I see other accounts that have way more followers than their people are like not supportive at all. Like it's crazy.
They could even be bought potentially.
Yeah.
And like,
there's a lot of that out there too.
There's a lot of that. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did that on my first 2 photos. I like found this free like thing.
Oh my god.
So the first 2 photos I have are just like 200 likes or whatever, but then everything else is just low. But yeah, that's funny. So yeah, any advice to young women or young men?
Gotta add that.
You gotta add that. Yeah, you know, for anybody watching who wants to start a makeup channel, like, do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, my advice would be don't be hard on yourself and don't compare your journey to someone else's. Again, when I look back on my first photos, I think I was absolutely horrible now that I look back. But I would compare myself to people that have been doing it for 10 years and like how is that fair to me? So don't compare yourself to other makeup artists that are at a completely different spot in their journey than you are, because it's really just like the only thing it's going to do is make you want to quit or, you know, compare yourself to something that you can't even be compared to. Like, you know, you're on completely different levels. And yeah, I mean, that's like my biggest thing that I struggled with was just constantly comparing myself to like all these huge beauty gurus. And I'm like, I just started. I literally just picked up a makeup brush for the first time this week. My photos are not going to be as good. And if you go back on their photos, like they weren't very good either, you know? Like it takes one person, one brand to notice you. And I let that really get to me at first. Like, I would just be like, you know, no one's noticing me, feeling bad for myself. And it's like, it takes one person to notice you and believe in you to really make your dreams come true. But the first thing that you have to do is believe in yourself. So that is what I would say. Don't compare yourself and really don't give up. Like, you're not going to start off being this amazing, crazy makeup artist with amazing photos. It takes time. And you will one day look back on your old photos and be like, wow, look at how much I've improved. So always take before and after photos too, because that is like crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, no, that's similar though. Like in my situation too, it's like, you know, my girlfriend's in med school. We're like dating, you know, we have our life journey together. Yeah. But we had to understand that, you know, our medical journey is going to be different. And, you know, if it takes me a little bit longer to get in, then whatever. But at the end of the day, we just have to respect our own journeys and just keep on being resilient. So,
can I ask you a question? I know this probably doesn't happen from your interviewing me, but do you compare, like, do you guys find it hard, or how do you cope with comparing your guys' journeys if you're in, you know, trying to reach for the same goal?
Yeah, at first it was a little bit difficult, but the thing is, she's 2 years older than me.
Okay.
So she's just starting her, so she's just in her first year now. She's almost done. And then if I get in this August, I find May 15th, then I would be like a year ahead of her if we were the same age. So I just look at it kind of like that. We come from different backgrounds too. Like, she was very well off, and, you know, she's had a hard life herself though, just with family issues and stuff. But the thing is, she's very hardworking, not like snobby, but like has a lot of money, right? And then me, you know, I had to pay for school, all this other stuff, and you know, I had that 1.9, right? Like, a lot of people don't have that. So I knew after that 1.9, after I calculated out the journey, and okay, it's going to take like 3 or 4 years of A pluses and A's to get me to there. Okay, I'll have to do that. And then when I write the MCAT, you know, it's almost an exam. It's like an 8-hour exam you have to write before you get into med school. Yeah, 8 hours.
I haven't done homework in like 5 years.
Yeah, it's 8 hours of like chemistry, physics, verbal reasoning, biochemistry, psych, soc. 8 hours basically. And
oh my God.
So I did it one summer. But the thing is, right, it's like almost an exam meant for people who don't need to work in order to write it. So, you know, I had to still work at Olive Garden. That's stressful as shit, man. Like, after that,
it is. I feel you.
Yeah, she worked at OG too, but so she knows the soup salad struggle.
Oh, the soup salad
But
struggle.
she comes into Olive Garden and gets soup salad, which just...
I do.
Yeah.
I can't get over the zuppa toscana. It's so good. I literally gained about 40 pounds when I worked there because it was $1 soup salad and breadsticks. So I got before and after every shift, and my shifts were like 45 minutes long. So, yeah, that was bad. I needed to get out.
Yeah, that was like my sister when she first started, because I have a younger sister.
Okay.
And she's just like, oh, yeah, like, I just love this Alfredo. And I'm
oh
like,
my God,
oh, Brooke,
don't.
Do you want to stay away from that? Like, that'll get you. That'll get the arteries.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, you just got to respect the own journey. You know, like, I've come from different background, and that's just the way it is. Like, I fucked up. I went through a lot of shit. Like, I was, like, living in my car and all this stuff after high school. Like, the day after grad, I had to, you know, I was, like, living couch to couch, and then all this other stuff happened. I was just in a negative place. And, you know, it's all about the come up. Like, I was super depressed and super out of shape, and then really had to plan my whole life. I'm like, fuck this. And that was kind of, I wanted to just touch on what you were saying earlier about, like, not caring what other people think. You know, when I'm in the boxing gym, because, like, I have crazy dreams too, just like you, right? Like, it's so crazy what I'm saying, but I want to, like, podcast, I want to be a physician, and I want to box, like, on the side, you know? Like, I actually want to do it all. Yeah. And, you know, I just remember when I was at the gym, and when I do boxing stuff, I kind of look like an idiot compared to, like, other people, right? Because I'm trying to be, like, fast twitch, right? I'm trying to do different stuff. And then I was, like, kind of felt self-conscious. My buddy Dylan was just like, Justin, you're just going to let, like, other people's opinions stop you from chasing your dreams? And it just hit me. I'm like, okay, yeah, fuck that. I'm just going to look like an idiot just punching with weights, you know?
Yeah. My thing is, like, what is that? Like, literally, why does it matter that somebody is judging you? Like, what is that is going to change in your life? Absolutely nothing. My mom Bless her soul. My mom is so bad at this, and she cares so much what people think, and it drives me up the wall. I look at her like, I get, you know, when you're in the gym for the first time or you're comfortable with using the equipment, it's kind of, you know, it's hard. But I'm like, Mom, who cares if you're a newbie at the gym? Who cares what people think of you? Like, who cares if you don't have makeup on when you walk outside? Like, what? I don't care about what people, like, why do you care? What is it going to change in your life if somebody judges you?
Nothing.
Okay, move on. That's it. That's literally my biggest pet peeve of, oh, my mom does that so bad. And I try so hard. I'm just like, why can't you just not care? Like, it's just, to me, it's simple. Just to like, okay, just brush it off. Like, it's not going to change anything. There's always going to be people that don't like you. There's always going to be people that judge you, especially when you get to the top. There's going to be even more people that are going to be judging you, and probably a lot of people that you thought were close to you. They're all going to be jealous in a sense. Honestly, that's a lot of what judging people comes from, is just jealousy and wishing you were in their shoes.
Yeah, like I have this applies to all areas of life, because this was a hard realization for myself. Like, I have a manager, for example. I'm not going to say any names, but I'm just saying.
Manager at Olive Garden.
Fuck you. Just kidding. He is so mean to me sometimes. I am a good worker. I have add-ons. I run. I do everything, right? Like, I'm helping, and then he'll just be mad at me. Like, for example, one girl brought the wrong appetizer to my table. It was like supposed to be like a matzo stick or matzo triangles calamari mushrooms. She brought calamari mushroom ravioli instead. So she brought that to my table. They were eating it, and I was like, oh, fuck. And then my manager hates me is there. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, oh, I just told him, and he's just like, Justin, like, what, freaking out on me. He's like, you got to be better, man. You got to be better. I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, but.
And to let that one thing, like, to let one person ruin your entire day. Like, is that worth it? Are you serious?
No.
You have yay amount of time in your life, and you're gonna let one person's opinion of you ruin your entire day?
Yeah.
No thanks.
That.
I'm gonna, you know, maybe it's gonna bother you for a couple minutes, and then brush it off and get on with your life.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's but sometimes that happens when you're like serving, and then you do so good on your first table, they stiff you.
Oh,
fucking
no.
terrible
And then
morning.
I'm just pissed for the rest of my shift. I'm like, everyone's gonna stiff me today.
Yeah, fuck all you. Oh man, yeah.
The serving life, that's hard.
Yeah, that's funny though that you know the grind. Do you still get soup salad nightmares?
Oh my God, constantly. Like, I worked at Earl's too. I
okay.
loved Earl's. I worked at a lot of different like serving restaurants, and I get serving nightmares all the time. Like, all the time. And it's horrible. Like, you wake up and it's like, I didn't bring the guy his ranch. Like, you know, like I forgot their drinks, or there's like you have like a million tables and you can't physically serve them all. Like, I literally have nightmares all the time, and I quit maybe 8-9 months ago already. I'm like, yeah, it's bad. You'll never get over it. I'm just kidding.
I won't.
You're screwed.
I'm fucked. No, but I just remember I had this one fucking terrible serving dream. So I was like breaking or some shit. I don't know if your restaurant had breakers or whatever.
No.
Okay, so
but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it sucks. So I gotta give everybody a break. Whatever. I'm or maybe someone. Yeah, I was giving a break. Whatever. They took the order. This guy gave me his like his book or whatever with all the orders, and there was about like 20 orders, a big party. And so like I'm rushing, get the book, and then he just drew out all the entrees. Like he drew like what spaghetti looks like.
Oh my God.
With like the same color pen, or like what fettuccine looks like. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I like took it to my manager, the guy who hates me.
Oh my God.
And he was just like, oh. Then I woke up. It was such a bad nightmare. I had to tell
Those are actually the worst. Like when I was like actually working at Earl's, I would have so many nightmares. I'm just like, or I just like wake up and be like, oh my God, I actually forgot to bring that person their food. Or, you know, like there's 10 tables just walked in, and I'm the only server, and I'm about to get fucked.
And then you're about to get fucked, and you're like can't move. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
You're like trying to move. Yeah, I know, it's so bad. That's so funny. Yeah, I guess that's for everybody. That's just
everybody
the price you
will
pay.
understand that.
Yeah, that's just the price you pay for being in the service industry.
There's some people like, literally, I feel like you have to be a server to be like a good guest at a restaurant, because now that I've served, I have so much respect for servers. I'm like, if they're, they take a little bit, my grandma's like, oh my God, she's taking 5 minutes to get the drink. I'm like, Grandma, she's the only one in here and there's 10 other tables. Cut her some slack.
Yeah, Baba is like that a little bit sometimes. She's like,
oh
my God. Oh, they're like, the soup is hot.
That generation doesn't get it.
Oh, sorry.
They don't get it.
They think that they need it boiling hot. That's one thing. That's a real causal relationship. The older you are, the hotter you need your soup.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's like you need to microwave that shit.
I remember I'd always work lunches at Olive Garden, and it was always like a lot of seniors. And oh my God, they were very cheap, would never tip, and would just be very like they need everything their way. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like tea specifically like this, place like this temperature. I'm just like, okay, I have other tables.
I know. Sometimes, yeah, it's probably a different dynamic. You serving an older lady than me.
Oh, she'd be like, oh, you cutie.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm like, okay, you need to stop.
yeah, like you just be like rude back. Like,
bitch.
Fuck
Just kidding.
You.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. So also, okay, so how do you know you were good at makeup? Because, for example, my girlfriend never really learned how. Some people that just never really learned how. Like, were you naturally good at it, or was it just work ethic? Did you just put in that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you just grind that shit out?
I definitely put in the work. I was not naturally talented at makeup. I have been I've always been artistic. I've always drawn and painted and like been good at art. That was always my thing. But makeup itself, I was terrible at makeup, like so bad. But the second that I figured out that I could actually put my creative abilities and my art abilities into makeup and I connected them, that's when it really took off. Like, I just figured makeup was, its own art form, whatever. But the second that I could actually put what I'm good at, which is like the artistic side, the creative side. I've always had a creative mind. So like coming up with looks and stuff, that just comes like natural to me. So the second that I could kind of connect those two, that's when it started to really take off. And like my makeup style is very different from a lot of other people's because of that. And I've never been good at natural makeup. I've never been good at like, doing makeup. Like, my makeup style is not natural and pretty and whatever else. It's like bold, in your face, colorful, creative, artistic.
Jaw drop.
It's like I kind of found my own style, and when I found my own style, that's when stuff kind of started falling in place.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So all about work ethic. Just like any skill, you just got to work at it. So also, like, you told me that one time you made some lifestyle changes, and I'm trying to ask you about your weight loss in a nice way, but I'm just gonna ask it because you're a tomboy.
Just say it. When you were chubby, girl. Yeah.
When were you thick and you went to? No.
I wasn't thick. I was when I think of thick, I think of like, thick in the right places.
Hourglass, yeah.
My dad. I got my body from my dad, and like
NHL player. Yeah.
Yeah, but not anymore. Like, he literally has just like all my weight went to my stomach. That's it. So I just had this like terrible, awkward body. But okay, the story is that is like besides the point. I went through like a really, really, really shitty time in my life with an ex-boyfriend, and it was like, honestly, it was just like a horrible, horrible place in my life, and I was super depressed. I've always been really athletic. In high school, like, I was always on like 5 different sports teams at once. I was like the only girl on an all guys lacrosse team, played soccer, volleyball. Like, I was always very athletic and never had to work out or eat healthy to like maintain my body. So it wasn't until like after high school when, okay, there's no sports for people that are over 18 to do. And I was in this really depressing time in my life. So I started gaining weight. I didn't even really realize until like one day I just realized like I was getting like stretch marks, and I was like, holy shit. Like, this literally just, I didn't even notice I was gaining weight. And I'm like, wow. Now that I look back on pictures, I'm like, I almost gained over 60 pounds. And for my body type and like my athletic build.
Oh my goodness, you must have been.
Yeah. I'll show you the pictures. Yeah. But for my like athletic body, like I don't have an hourglass. I don't have hips. I have a very athletic body shape. So for me, it was like very noticeable. You know, like if someone gains some pounds, it goes to the right places. No, it did not go to the right places. So it took like a year of really searching like for myself. Honestly, it sounds super cliche, but I went to Louisiana for 3 months and I kind of found myself again and I started working out, and it honestly started off being a really, really negative thing. And I have always kind of had body issues, but I was barely eating. I was running 5 miles a day. I'm not a runner either. 5 miles a day, working out for 3 hours a day. Like, when I said that when I have something in my mind, like I go after it, this was every single day. I lost all of the weight plus some in less than 2 months, which was like extreme.
Wow.
So when I came back, I was, you know, like I came back looking like a whole new person, and everyone was like, wow, your transformation's so great. Your transformation's so great. And I was proud of it at this time. It wasn't until a couple months later that I realized how unhealthy it was.
Yeah.
And my mindset, every single day I'd just wake up and I'm like, you're not going to eat that. You're not going to eat that. And I realized that I actually did have like an eating disorder. Like I was very, and I've never really talked about this ever, but it was super unhealthy. And I'm kind of at the place now where I am okay with gaining a little bit of weight. I've always been super strong. So like, I don't care if I go to the gym and can lift more than guys. Like that's what I'm going for. So I've never been like the girl that like looks good at the gym. Always like, you know, like a sweaty disaster.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, how do girls look good at the gym? I see them on Instagram. I'm like, holy shit, you look good. Like I do not look like that at the gym. But yeah, like now I am not as much trying to be skinny, and that was always my goal, is just like be skinny, be skinny, be skinny. And now I'm like, you know what, be strong. Like fuck that. I am very strong. Honestly, I could probably do more push-ups than a lot of guys, so I'm fine with that now. But it took a long time. Oh my god. I don't know now. I did arms today.
Oh shit. Okay.
But
next time.
It took a long time of like shitty mindsets, and it took a long time to realize that I was in such a shitty place. But like I'm very thankful for it, because now I really realize, and I'm like, it's okay to go out and have a drink with your friends, or go out and have a poutine every once in a while and treat yourself. Before, I was like, you do not even have a freaking M&M. Like, no. It was like insane. So it's kind of like I'm at a nice balance now, and it took a long time to kind of find that balance, but I'm finally like at a good place where I can like enjoy, you know, life and go out and have a drink and go out and eat and whatever and be fun again.
No, that's true though. I mean, I'm in the process right now of kind of losing it, but after the interview I just was like eating so bad and drinking lots, and it's like I was doing the same stuff like hours and hours and hours, but I would just not lose the weight because of the food. But now I'm like really dialing the food. It's like finally coming off, and it's like, oh,
it's like the best feeling.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's so
it's like
good.
Your hard work is finally getting noticed. It's like everything in life, really.
Yeah.
But it also, like, another thing is it really made me, like, I always used to think, like, in high school, I'd look at the girls that were super tiny, had these nice bodies, always had abs. I don't think I could ever have abs no matter how hard I try. And I was always, like, salty towards them, like, oh, you have a naturally perfect body, blah, blah, blah. You could whatever. I could eat a French fry and gain weight. Like, I have a shitty metabolism. I could eat one thing and just instantly see it. But it kind of made me appreciate it a lot more. Like, appreciate the process a lot more, because I actually have to work hard for it. Like, I see girls at the gym doing, like, like little Cheerios, and I'm like, you know, like, that wouldn't work for me. Like, I have to work 4 times as hard at the gym. And it's not like a sob story, but I do have to work a lot harder for it, but it makes me appreciate it a lot more. Like,
but a lot of people watching this, and a lot of people we know, most people are like that. Like, I'm like that as well. And, you know, I have so many friends that just have the fast metabolism that just can go to the gym and eat and drink whatever they want, and they're ripped. And all they have to do is go.
That's the thing of comparing yourself too, right? Like, how can you compare someone? My best friend just had 2 babies and is 110 pounds soaking wet, just nice body. He literally pops a baby out and just has this nice body. I'm like, fuck you. Like, I literally couldn't even have that body if I worked my ass off every single day for the rest of my life. But it makes me appreciate, like, you know, being strong and actually being able to, like, go to the gym and eat healthy and, like, figure out my own body. So it makes me definitely appreciate, like, the hard work.
A lot of it actually has to do with the type of bacteria you have in your lower intestine. So it's like people have different bacteria. So like skinny people, well, like people have very fast metabolisms.
Yeah.
Like their bacteria, because you have so much bacteria inside on you, and basically their bacteria doesn't metabolize the food as well as, for example, meat. Like people with slower metabolisms do, because they metabolize the food, then it like gets digested and like goes to calories. That? There's actually, so it's funny. Tell me. So there's this new treatment that might be coming out, but it's not out yet. But I learned about it in one of my classes.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the real name, but it's called. So yeah, you asked me what method people use to do this to get the bacteria from someone who has a fast metabolism into someone that has a slow metabolism. It's called a transfusion. Yeah. So people like literally take shit from the fast metabolism person and put it in the slow. What? And they transfer the bacteria in. They transfer
the shit?
Yeah, like, so, yeah, it's this,
How do they transport it?
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's not real, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know, but that's just, some information. Next time you're at a party, someone asks you about weight loss, you can suggest. Transfusion. Yes, I believe that's what it's called. So, yes, there you go. So yeah, also, okay, so just overall, what's your overall mission? What's your overall goal?
I feel like my goal has changed a lot in the last couple months, and to be honest, it started out to just be like to get noticed on Instagram, and now that I think about it, it's a really sad goal to have, because honestly, being real, though. I'm being real, like. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to this that will never admit it, but their goal is to reach 50,000 or 100,000K or whatever. Yeah. And yes, that makes a difference in, how many people notice you and notice your work. But my real mission is to just really like change the way that people like think and feel about themselves, and using my stories to like make an impact on the world. Like, I literally want to change the world. And that's a big dream. Yeah. Like, that is a big dream. And I have, like, a million different dreams again. But it's kind of changed from just wanting to be an influencer. And that was my goal. Like, my goal was to be a social media influencer. And now that I think about that, I'm like, that's, like, it's kind of whack, yeah. Yeah, like, why would... And a lot of people do want that. And it's like, I don't want someone to ask me, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a social media influencer.
Just whip out there.
Like...
Do you not follow me?
Like... For people that don't follow you, like, what are you? Like, what is your true, like, what do you serve the world? And it's like, you have 100,000, but outside of social media, what are you? Do you serve the world in any way other than having 100,000 followers? Probably not. So, like, I want to, like, be a lot more real and raw and authentic, and, like, just kind of use, not that I've had a shitty life or a horrible life, but just use, like, my struggles and help other women go through it, and just show my journey in a real, raw, authentic way. And, like, I just want people to know me and my mission, and not, like, just think of me as another beauty guru. I want them to actually see, like, who I am.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I wanted you on here. Like, I feel a lot of people, what they're trying to do is just get people to come on that have a high followers and stuff like that, but I look at what you do as art and passion and being raw and authentic, and there's so much fakeness in the world. Like, I feel, do you ever think, like, man, I could just literally get some work done or whatever, and then you'd be, like, so famous. Like, girls literally do that all the time, and it's like, when I come across some of these, I'm just like, wow, like, they have their whole lives made out for them, and it's probably, I don't know.
A big thing is, too, like, nothing against girls that do this, but just, girls that are really pretty and beautiful girls, and that's why they have a following. Like, I don't want to be known for my face. I'm not saying that I'm beautiful or whatever, but I don't want to be known for my outer appearance. I want people to follow me and respect me and love what I do for, like, who I am, and not just a pretty face or, you know, someone that can do makeup or anything like that. Like, the person that people see on the outside is so different from like who I am in the inside.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like I've been working so hard on myself that I want people to like actually see who I am. And I just look at a lot of other influencers and their goal is to just have a lot of followers and not actually influence people and not actually change people's lives.
Wow.
Like, I want to literally change people's lives and change the world and not just be, you know, show off my body on social media for a lot of likes. Yeah, that could probably get me a lot more likes and followers, but I don't want to do that. Like, I want to do more than that.
Oh, all right. Well,
I got deep.
Yeah, you got deep, real deep. So I just have a few questions. Just answer quickly.
Okay. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Bang, bang, bang. I just made this before you came here. They're not very good questions. Okay. So
I'm ready.
All right. So what would you do if you couldn't do this as a career?
Ooh, good question. Like makeup, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna spin this around.
No,
My fucking
that's okay.
phone is full.
Do you want me to keep going?
Okay, yeah, sorry. Just keep going.
Honestly, what I would do if I couldn't do makeup would be to like create courses and to like teach people. Like,
Oh yeah.
like I like to teach people. Like, that's what I like to do. So not as much do makeup on myself, but to like teach people what I've learned the hard way so people don't have to go through trial and error and trial and error and trial and error.
Okay, sorry about this. This is not a very speedy round, but wait, don't
Yeah,
you?
that was not.
Yeah,
I wasn't speedy
this
either.
is terrible. But I have a tangent question. Weren't you offering some type of master class or something? I mean, I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, wait, can you explain that to me and the people listening?
Yeah, so I actually have a masterclass coming up on April 7th in Winnipeg. So I've had one earlier in December, just to kind of start things off and get like used to talking in front of people and doing makeup in front of people. But really my passion is to teach people, and I really, really like teaching people makeup and the things that I've learned. And I have no training. I have learned everything from trial and error and lots of hard work. So I want to be able to showcase that to other people. So yeah, I have a masterclass coming up in Winnipeg on the 7th of April, which I'm really excited for because I have been putting so much effort into that to make it like so sick for people.
So check that out. That'll be
check
good.
it out.
That'll be good. Okay, now back to the speed round. What's your favorite sport?
Oh, shit. I have like so many. Okay, baseball.
Baseball. Okay. Running or swimming?
Running, and I hate running.
Stairmaster or elliptical?
Oh, Stairmaster.
Oh yeah, that's definitely yes.
I hate the elliptical.
Okay. Alcohol or marijuana?
Alcohol.
Sorry, I can't even speak. Chocolate versus candy.
Chocolate.
Black versus white.
White.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, I don't even know. Teal?
Teal? Okay.
I really don't know that one.
Okay, glass half full, glass half empty.
Half full.
Are you sure you're not half empty? No, I'm just kidding. Okay,
Sometimes.
Barbies or army toys?
How about like soldiers in dresses? Army toys.
Oh, a tomboy over here. Okay, that's all I have. Yeah, I just like did it before you came. I was like,
those are good. I wouldn't even think of those. I don't even know the answers to a lot of them.
Yeah,
the sports one was hard. I'm like, oh shit, I got like 5.
I know. Me too. I'm like hockey, boxing.
Yeah.
Basketball. Even though I like volleyball too, but my body's just not meant for volleyball.
Oh, basketball is my one thing that I cannot do.
Basketball?
I am horrible at basketball. Like, that is one sport that is not me at all.
Horrible.
Horrible. So bad. Yeah, like any other sport's fine, but I've been really into baseball lately, so.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Well, do you have anything else that you want to get off your chest?
Not much. Just a lot is coming behind the scenes, so stay tuned on my social media for possibly a podcast too. This has inspired me.
Oh, definitely. And I'm here to help, like that's what we do. So
yeah, this was super awesome, and I feel like I hope you guys know me on a different level now.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate everybody who came here from Maddie's channel, people who or watching from mine. I appreciate the support. Thanks for coming on. I really hope we can do this again.
Yeah,
that was
fun.
a fun conversation. And I'm really glad that we got to get a look into the life of someone who has a high following but is a normal, good old country gal.
Super normal.
Yeah.
Super normal.
Like, you're super normal. You're just hardworking and, you know, someone who just follows their dreams. So let that be a lesson to everybody. So thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Okay, good. All right, bye.
Bye.